Wellness begins where play, pleasure, and the parasympathetic meet. You were born to be you, and you were born to be well. Your body is always trying to find its way back to health. Now, here is the host of Your Healing Playground with Dr. Tina Coopersmith.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my friends, whatever time of day it is. We are on Your Healing Playground, the podcast on the Inspired Choices Network. I am Dr. Tina Coopersmith. I am your physician, your coach, your change advocate, your witchy doctor, whatever you want to call me, your hey you, your friend. And I am here today to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. Feel good, place your order. Place your order, feel good. Pleasure, my friends, is critical to a well-lived, magical life. Pleasure really is your birthright. I want you to look around right now. Is there something in your environment that brings a smile to your face? Maybe there's a painting or a poster on your wall. Maybe there was some music you were listening to. Some good flowers, a good cup of coffee, good cup of tea, a furry pet, a hug or a cuddle, or something way out there that you think gives you pleasure but nobody else. Pleasure, my friends, is your birthright. We are on this planet, as far as we know, in these bodies for a limited time. And we look at, I have a furry cat, some people have furry dogs, any other pet. They eat, they do their business, and they relax much of the day. They enjoy their time on this planet. They are not filled every moment with busyness, otherwise known as business, jobs, work, stress, fear, anxiety. Now, that's not completely true. I do have some cats that are a little bit anxious, scaredy cats, if you will. So there is something to even wild animals or domesticated animals in my case, where anxiety and lack of trust and fear can show up. And so today we're going to talk about feeling good no matter what. And it's not about bypassing human emotion. It's about feeling good no matter what. Because this is your one life, and hopefully it will be a well-lived, magical life. But it's up to us to have the mindset to trust ourselves to create the life that makes it well-lived, magical, pleasurable. Now, I can't guarantee that life is going to be smooth sailing all the time. There's weather in this life, right? Weather can come in the form of circumstances, emotions, fear, anxiety, bullying, people not acting the way you want them to act, governments trying to control people. But it's up to us in our bodies to find a way to get back to feeling good and to get back to feeling safe, secure, and having pleasure in this one lived life. Now, I want to, first of all, mention some of my mentors who have really helped me cultivate this mindset and invited me into, I think I've always believed in play and pleasure, and I've always chosen to feel good. But I did it sometimes through spiritual bypass, and some of the emotions that make up the full human experience, I probably spiritually bypassed them. And now I'm backtracking and moving that energy through my body, through some of these new tools that I have, which I'm going to share with you today. But I want to shout out to my mentors. And I have lots of mentors. But today we're going to shout out to Jaya of the Erotic Blueprints and her, I would say, discovery of the erotic blueprints. I don't think she invented them. I think she discovered them. And what she was discovering is number one, pleasure really is your birthright. Erotic and sexual energy, I'm going to say that again. Erotic and sexual energy is your birthright. The word erotic comes from the word love, eros. And eros, my friends, is love. There are 9 words for love in the Greek language, and there's so much love and eroticism that's awe and beauty, and it's so much more than our limited definition of sexuality that we use today. And I want to expand and talk about pleasure and eroticism because it really is the secret sauce to wellness. It's moving erotic energy, finding erotic energy, and understanding your nervous system and how your nervous system can access erotic energy, pleasurable energy. How can you get back to feeling good and having pleasure no matter what? And I want to give a shout out to Mama Gina of the School of Womenly Arts, Regina Tomhauser, who again magnified and codified tools for us to move all our emotions. We have the human experience has 88 keys she talks about, and it's the highs and the lows that makes the human experience full and enriched. And the muck, and I teach this over and over and over again to people, that waste and poo-poo is smelly and we don't want to get our hands in it, and it's sometimes gross, and we have children who have messy diapers and they smell and we might barf. In all poop, all human poop, all animal poop, literally in the natural world, is fertilizer for the plants to grow and cultivate, and the earth to grow and cultivate and make new earth. And it, fertilizer kind of is poopy smelling too, but it literally grows the plants, and then the plants feed the animals, and then we as humans choose to eat either plants or animals, and we could, that's another whole topic. But do you see the circle of life? And that's real life. That's like hardwired poop becomes fertilizer. But then we can use it as a metaphor. The poopy stuff in your life, the grief, the frustration, the why me, the anger of when things don't go your way. Well, my friends, it's your job to alchemize and sit with the muck, because what you feel heals. So I'm not talking about spiritual bypass, which is what I did a lot of my life. To get back to the happy, I would just gloss over it and get back to happy, which served me really well as a youngster. I would get back to the happy and just keep going. But when we really alchemize and feel the expanse of our feelings, we can transmute that muck into fertilizer for our own personal growth, our evolution, our take it on as challenges to springboard us to a new you. And each year, it's a circle of life, but we don't come back to the same place every year. We come back to a place in the calendar from a new vantage point. And I hope that we're constantly making us going around and around in a spiral staircase. And it's, oh my God, I'm talking about this on the eve. Tonight is the eve of the Jewish New Year. And we look at life, the seasons of life, the circular nature of life. Every year we are a bit older and hopefully wiser, shedding the old with new perspective to look at the old from a new vantage point. And so the emotional alchemy is like feeling the muck, feeling the yuck, dancing with it, playing with it, playing with it, making art out of it. Maybe we're dancing with it, we're drawing with it, we're crafting with needlepoint pottery, new tools. But it's in that alchemy, the artistry of our life, the editing of the movie of our life, rewriting the book of our life, that we get to play with our life. And you hear that when you're playing with life, you can feel it move through you and vibrate through you so that what you feel heals. Because my friends, what you resist persists energetically. So Emily Fletcher coined the phrase, feel good, place your order, feel good. And my friends, if you think about it, it's the infinity sign of, feel it, place the order, feel it. So I'm going to take you to a metaphor of going out on a Saturday night to your favorite restaurant. The anticipation. Now, your erotic blueprint, some of us get aroused by anticipation, longing, the tease, the excitement of having our dreams, our wants, our planning for the future. And so we plan and we're excited and we choose the restaurant that we want to go to and we choose the people we want to be around and we orchestrate how life is going to be. And we start vibrating high just from the planning. So we're feeling good in the planning stage and we go to that restaurant. We open up our menu and we choose a restaurant where anything on that menu is part of our dreams and our choices. And we choose what we want to eat. And we tell the waitress, I will have the acai bowl with a great cup of latte and an amazing croissant for dessert. And we place our order, and our server goes to the kitchen and places our order for us. And then we go back to the environment we have chosen, the restaurant, the people we want to be with, how we want to feel in this moment. And my friends, we've put the order into the universe and we go back to enjoying our evening out or our morning at the cafe, celebrating who we are with our bodies at that moment, and we wait. And we don't wait with complaining. Oh my God, when's the food coming? Oh my God, they're so slow here. Oh my God, the cook's never going to get to it. Why are they doing that? Because in that complaining, in the whining, in the frustration, we've just left our pleasure. Unless you have a little existential kink and you like feeling that way, and I invite you, that's another whole topic for another whole day. But ideally, you place the order, you tell the universe what you want, and then you delight perhaps in your five senses. This sensual blueprint delights in their five senses. You take in the atmosphere of the restaurant. You take in the stories that your friends are telling. You check out how they dressed for the day, their perfume that they're wearing. Maybe it's a new essential oil. You take in the sunshine, the beautiful tree. You describe your walk to the restaurant, right? You delight in the senses of being in the present moment. And my friends, in the present moment, we don't have the anxiety of the past because we are living in the present. We don't have the anger of the past. We have the present moment. And in the present moment, can you be present in the magic of your body, this moment, this breath? And can you feel good in this moment? And so the sensual and really takes in the five senses and feels good in that moment. And my friends, it is always your choice to get out of the past, out of the future, and live life in this moment. And this moment, my friends, is magical because your life is magical. And you, by using your five senses, by using your breath, by being in the present moment, in the worst scenario, you can, as a mantra, if I'm breathing, I'm alive and I'm okay. The rest is story. And guess what? I can always change my story. And with that mantra in your head, if I'm breathing, I'm alive and I'm okay. I am here in this magical moment right now. This is a perfect place for us to take our break. I invite you to feel good in this moment. Can you pause and take in this one magical moment because you are never guaranteed the next? So stay present to this moment and we'll take our break. You are listening to your Healing Playground on the Inspired Choices Network, and I am your coach today to help you feel good in your body.
Your Healing Playground is the space where science, spirit, and sensation dance together. Your host, Dr. Tina Coopersmith, physician, coach, healer, and play advocate, returns weekly to remind you that healing isn't just about pills and protocols. Western medicine is just one of many healing modalities. True wellness is about energy, emotion, pleasure, and play. On this show, Dr. Tina explores the playground of your body, mind, heart, and soul. From neuroscience to sensuality, from root chakra to real talk. She'll share tools, stories, and soulful strategies to shift you out of fear and back into joy. Because if you're alive and breathing, your story is still unwritten, and you deserve to write it with love. Together, you'll learn to breathe, feel, and play your way back to wellness because you are your best healer.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is Your Healing Playground with Dr. Tina Coopersmith. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to info@womensreproduction.com. Now, back to our program.
Welcome back, my friends. You are listening to Your Healing Playground, where we talk about your uniqueness, your healing modalities, and play as your birthright, pleasure as your birthright. I am your host, Dr. Tina Coopersmith. I am your coach. I am your doctor. I am your change advocate. We are on the Inspired Choices Network, and I'm telling you today, I am talking about something that is so essential to changing how we do life. And for me, I want to be this change advocate. I want people to learn that pleasure really is your birthright. And eroticism and feeling good in your body is under your control. And ironically, when we give our control away to others, we give the reins of how we run our life. We give the control away. And that, my friends, invites in a spiral of helplessness. And in that helplessness, a lot of times people get stuck in not feeling good. And that loss of control can be a circular spiral downwards where we start vibrating down in the dumps in despair and anger and rage and depression and why me? And let me tell you that bad things happen to good people. And I'm not here telling you that bad things don't happen to good people. But I'm here to tell you that there's so much about our life and who we are that is beyond our understanding. And that caterpillar never knew. Well, we don't know. Maybe it does know, but we don't think it knows. As it's inching along on the ground, it feels small and helpless and stuck. And then it goes into this cocoon and it is trapped and imprisoned and probably really angry that it can't move. It is stuck in a place of darkness. It's stuck in its own hell, if you will, where it seems like it can't change and it's enslaved and it's just really probably miserable and angry and scared. And all it does is flap its wings and flap its wings and flap its wings, only it doesn't even know it has wings because it's been a caterpillar its whole life. And lo and behold, one day, that erotic energy of like, I am angry and mad and angry and mad and angry and mad, and I'm stuck in this hole and I'm stuck in this hole and there's nothing I can do about it but just move and move and move and move and breathe and move and breathe and move. And all of a sudden, it gets out of its cocoon. It has grown wings and it has the most beautiful color scheme, and it's free as a butterfly to fly. It transitioned from a land animal that was stuck on the ground into a animal that can fly, or an insect, whatever you want to call it. Now I invite you into my world of fertility physician. And every day I deal with patients who are angry and mad and desperate and despairing of, I just want a baby, doctor. I just want to be fertile and have a child. And breaks my heart. It is devastating that they are having trouble conceiving something that is supposed to be natural and easy and magical for a woman and a man. They really, it's the way nature conspires it. When I think about it, is you have a thought, I want a baby, and that's energy and physics, and you attract in a human to connect with, that's chemistry, and then together it's supposed to be easy. You have magnificent erotic energy and pleasure and an explosion of pleasure, and poof, 9 months later, biology, we get a baby. And it doesn't always happen that way. And we're seeing more and more of this. And I probably won't go into that story today, but let's think about the magic of life. We are a thought in our mom and dad's psyche. And then we become a seed, a one-celled embryo. And 95%, no, wait, sorry, 85% of those embryos never make it to this planet as humans. So it is magic that you are here today. You were one of the select few that was chosen to make it. And for 9 months, you were growing as one connected to your mom. And this divinity in you knew how to grow from this one cell into a fully formed human. And you did it without this conscious brain going, grow an arm, grow a leg, grow 5 toes, grow five fingers on one hand and 5 toes on the other. And then, oh my God, all of a sudden one day, you're like the caterpillar in that cocoon. You are in this, you thought you died, perhaps. You're in this encapsulated structure in this water land of milk and honey where all the food and is coming to you. You don't have to do anything. Life is perfect. Mom is breathing life into you and feeding you and taking your waste away, and you are just living more like the butterfly in a sense, right? You are living in this protected universe, this cocoon, this beautiful place, and you're growing without struggle. And you knock on the door through these contractions, these waves of contractions. And for mom, is it waves of pain or waves of pleasure? She's about to be a mom and it hurts. Pain and pleasure, my friends, scientifically light up the same part of your brain. So mom is feeling intense pain, but simultaneously intense pleasure and anticipation of this baby that is about to be born. And you, my friends, are internally feeling these waves of muscle contractions squeezing you, which must hurt. But maybe it's pleasure at the same time. I don't know, right? I don't remember my birth. But all of a sudden, you go from this watered structure, this water universe, to this universe on land. You take your first breath into air, they cut the cord, and all of a sudden, in the cutting of the cord and your first gasp of air, we forget that we are magical creatures taken care of magically by this divinity that grew us. All of a sudden, we are alone and helpless, and we scream at the top of our lungs, I want to feel good again. Somebody take care of me. Somebody love me, feed me, clothe me, and take care of me. And my friends, we are divine creatures that are being held and taken care of. The lungs know how to breathe, the heart knows how to beat, the gut knows how to move things through it, and we take on an entire microbiome at birth that eats for us and makes our neurotransmitters for us. And all of these cells in our body are working for us to care for us, to ensure that we have a magical life experience as a human. And those emotions, my friends, those energy in motions, where we scream, where we laugh, where we cry, are there to connect us human to human, human to animal, human to tree, human to the environment, so that we can survive. So those 88 keys of emotions, the happy, the sad, the mad, the despair, and the erotically amazing ecstasy, are your gifts from the universe to connect you, my friends, to connect you to the divine being that you are and all the divine beings that you are in community with. And that includes this planet. And it connects you, my friends, to your divine purpose. Your dharma was a gift. Your why, your meaning, your why are you here, is for you to discover while you are here on this planet. And if you have a why, if you have a purpose, if you have a meaning in life, that will provide that long-term dopamine, not the short-term jolt of the like on Facebook, but the long-term desire to propel you forward, to stay alive. It is your will to survive, and you were gifted it at birth, my friends. And you are here to spend your entire life finding it. And on that note, my friends, that deep desire, my desire is to love you back to your own self love. And we will stop and take a break as I'm getting worked up, you're getting worked up, and it's time to breathe us back into feeling good no matter what, because that is your birthright. Feel good no matter what. And we will come back and talk more about place your order, feel good, place your order, feel good. Emily Fletcher's prescription for erotic energy to bring you the life you want. You are listening to Your Healing Playground, my friends. I am Dr. Tina Cooper Smith, and I am your coach and your physician. I am here to help you get back to your best health. We are on the Inspired Choices Network. Take it away, off to break. Go get your favorite beverage of your choice. Take care of your waist if you need to, and come back feeling good.
Your Healing Playground is the space where science, spirit, and sensation dance together. Your host, Dr. Tina Cooper Smith, physician, coach, healer, and play advocate, returns weekly to remind you that healing isn't just about pills and protocols. Western medicine is just one of many healing modalities. True wellness is about energy, emotion, pleasure, and play. On this show, Dr. Tina explores the playground of your body, mind, heart, and soul. From neuroscience to sensuality, from root chakra to real talk. She'll share tools, stories, and soulful strategies to shift you out of fear and back into joy. Because if you're alive and breathing, your story is still unwritten, and you deserve to write it with love. Together, you'll learn to breathe, feel, and play your way back to wellness, because you are your best healer.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is Your Healing Playground with Dr. Tina Cooper Smith. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to info@womensreproduction.com. Now, back to our program.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to Your Healing Playground. I am Dr. Tina Cooper Smith. I am a physician, I am a coach, and I am getting ready to plan retreats to try and teach mind, body, heart, spirit medicine, because it's integrating mind, body, heart, and spirit that is your true guidance towards your best life and your best health. And we are on Inspired Choices Network because guess what? Inspiration, inspiring, breathing, making the right choices is how we make our magical life, right? So it makes sense that my podcast is aligned with someone who believes in inspiration and make choices. Now, my friends, feel good, place your order, feel good. We want to feel good, and feeling good is your birthright. But you also have to take action to feel good. You have to align your mind to feel good. You have to notice the energy in your space, in your body, in your connections to feel good. You become the 5 people you hang around. And you know what? Your zip code is more predictive of your health than your DNA. But that's not what the medical community used to tell us. And so I invite you that you control what goes in and out of your cells. You control what goes in and out of your mind. You control the energy, who you are around, where you live. Now, you don't necessarily get to control that as a child. And many of us have adverse childhood experiences. And adverse childhood experiences, my friends, do correlate one-to-one potentially with chronic illness. But resiliency is how you counterbalance your adverse childhood experiences. And we all know people who came from poverty, from abuse, from blindness, who became famous musicians, wealthy people, positive, making differences in their lives. And so your past is always part of you, but it doesn't have to define your future. You can collapse time, and my friend Emily Fletcher teaches us, and so do many others, how to collapse time. Your past doesn't define your future, but it's always with you. But your future can define your present, and then you can edit your past so it becomes that springboard, because it made you where you are today. So if you are the universe in human form, and I believe you are earth, air, carbon, and water, as is the earth and the sky and all the plants and all the animals. But if you have a touch of divinity in you because you got yourself here, then you have the power to change your story. Now, if you are the universe in human form, why would the universe try and hurt you, even though bad things have happened to you? So you can go through life and decide I always say there are 3 ways to go through life. Life just happens, and that 100% is a legitimate way to go through life, but that's the existential, we're here, we die, and there's no purpose to life. And it might be real, but it's depressing to me, so I don't like it. But you could choose it, and you could stay vibrating at that level of, again, see what happens? It always happens. Okay. You could have a victim mentality. The universe always gives me poop, right? Or you can alchemize that poop into fertilizer for your growth and think that the universe is always happening for me, but I have to figure out how to transform this poop into fertilizer for my growth. So we're going to have these emotions in life. Again, energy, we are energetic beings. We are energy. We have an EEG, that's our brain energy, an EKG, it's our heart energy, an EMG, it's our muscle energy. We are, the difference between life and death is the energy that we have. And my friends, it's using that erotic life energy, that life force energy, to change whatever it is we want to change. So we have the power within us to use that energy that we have, that sexual, pleasurable, I'm alive and I am going to make my life pleasurable right now in this moment with whatever tools I have right now. I am going to make sure that I'm enjoying this moment. because the only moment I really have is this moment, the present moment. The future is my dream, it's my imagination. And if I can dream it, then it can come to pass. Now, it may or may not come to pass in my lifetime. And that's something we have to let go of and trust that the universe has our back. Thank you, Gabby Bernstein. The Universe Has Our Back is her book, and trust that somehow, some way, the universe is going to conspire with my imagination, my dreams, to take me on the magic carpet ride that is my life. Now, people die. My mother died way too early, and that was sad. There's no, it was horrible for me, grieving, horrible for my family, my father. She was 59, she died of cancer. But let me tell you, she had a diagnosis of cancer when it was a quote unquote a 99% cure. It was a small skin lesion taken off. But my mother was terrified that that cancer would come back. And she lived in fear that that cancer would come back. And what you focus on expands. And so for 2 years, she was very scared that it would come back. And it did. Did she attract it in? You know, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't want to go there. But in her lifetime, there was a time in her life when fear took over. And I don't know if it was good or bad. I like to think she's been reincarnated into my son, and she's getting to have the adventure of her lifetime now. He was named after her. But for me, I could spend time in the grief, I could bypass the grief, or I could look at, in her death, she actually she had a premonition about my marriage and that catapulted me into ensuring that I got married. I had my life change because of her death. And so her death allowed me to pivot and actually have a family that I may not have done. I might have been so career focused that I would have been the fertility patient that I was then ushering in. There are other folks. I have friends who have had stage 4 cancers who chose not to listen to their physicians, who said, you know, it's already stage 4, don't do a mastectomy. And they said, you know what, it's my body, not yours. I will feel better if you take the cancer out of my body. I will then do Western medicine as you propose, but take the cancer out of my body. I want to feel better. I know my body, do it my way. And whether it's a nocebo or a placebo, placebo means you're given a pill and you believe it's going to work. A nocebo is you're given a pill and you don't believe it's going to work. And Henry Ford says, whether you can or you can't, you're right. And in my acquaintance's choice to choose surgery to remove that larger cancer. And I have another friend who also ended up removing a cancer, even though it was outside of the way traditional medicine does it right now. But both of them knew in their body that removing the tumor was right for them. It was their medicine. They empowered themselves. They felt better in their body, thereby removing the mass so they could then trust the next level of therapy, which was chemotherapy. And indeed, they are both here to talk about their survival. Now, you want to dream your dream with specifics. I have one more patient story, and she's allowed me to tell this story as well. She had a cancer and she said, "Oh my God, God gave me exactly what I prayed for. I know this cancer won't come back. I know it is gone forever. I have faith and trust that the divine, in her belief, will not give it back." I said, "Why do you believe that?" She said, "I kept praying every Sunday that my husband would spend more time with me and my children. And lo and behold, I got a horrific illness, a cancer, so that he would take time off and realize family was more important than career. So I need to be much more specific in how I dream, how I put my order into the universe. But the universe gave me what I focused on, which was wanting my spouse home with me more." And so I invite you, my friends, to dream your dreams very specifically. Put the order into the universe, but be very, very specific so that you magnetize what you want, but let go of how it's going to happen. Because those friends who got cancer really probably didn't want to go through the cancer journey. And yet they reaped benefits from their cancer journey in this lifetime. Now, there are other folks who, take Van Gogh, for instance, wanted desperately to be a painter and an artist, and he put his dream into the world, and he painted, and he did not get his dream to come true till after his death. But they say you die your first death when you leave your physical body, and your second death when people stop talking about you. And so, my friends, Van Gogh is a successful artist. He got his dream, yet not in this lifetime. I want you to feel good and use your erotic energy to get your dreams in this lifetime. So let's talk about how we can move the energy and stay present to the moment and live in this lifetime and attract your dreams now. But first, our next break. You are listening to Your Healing Playground on the Inspired Choices Network. I am Dr. Tina Cooper-Smith, your physician and coach and change advocate. Feel good and come right back.
Your Healing Playground is the space where science, spirit, and sensation dance together. Your host, Dr. Tina Cooper-Smith, physician, coach, healer, and play advocate, returns weekly to remind you that healing isn't just about pills and protocols. Western medicine is just one of many healing modalities. True wellness is about energy, emotion, pleasure, and play. On this show, Dr. Tina explores the playground of your body, mind, heart, and soul. From neuroscience to sensuality, from root chakra to real talk. She'll share tools, stories, and soulful strategies to shift you out of fear and back into joy. Because if you're alive and breathing, your story is still unwritten, and you deserve to write it with love. Together, you'll learn to breathe, feel, and play your way back to wellness, because you are your best healer. This is Your Healing Playground with Dr. Tina Cooper-Smith. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also send an email to info@womensreproduction.com. Now, back to our program.
Welcome back, my friends. You are on the podcast Your Healing Playground, where we talk about all things healing. I am your host, Dr. Tina Cooper-Smith. I have a retreat coming up in November. Please check it out. And check out my website at play.womensreproduction.com. Check out womensreproduction.com, because we reproduce lives. And we are on the Inspired Choices Network, where we believe in inspiration and choice. And let's get back to feeling good no matter what, okay? How can we feel good no matter what, right? Dr. Cooper Smith, I get it. I want to feel good, but I can't. And I'm going to give you some tools because I want you to have them. So let's say you're in despair. You can't necessarily springboard to joy instantaneously. But if you're in despair, sometimes it's a separation from what you want to happen and what's going on in your life. And I want you to just take the one next step. So the one next step might be, what are you grateful for? Because when we are in gratitude, we move our neurochemicals from cortisol and adrenaline and stress to serotonin, melatonin, and oxytocin. So we really want to move the needle from the sympathetic fight, flight, freeze, or please mode into rest, digest, relax, and reproduce mode. We're flipping the switch. And we have the toggle, we have the ability to flip the switch. We want more oxytocin. That's the cuddle hormone. And maybe you're feeling really alone. I know I live alone now and my kids are away and I often feel very alone. But that cuddle hormone, I need it. So maybe I cuddle my furry friends, my dog or cat, or maybe you go to a shelter if you can't take care of a dog or a cat. You can go to an animal shelter and play with them. You can volunteer. You can have gratitude if I have a body, if I can pick up a pen and write 10 things I'm grateful for. That means I still have my faculties to write. I have a pen and a piece of paper. I live perhaps in the Western world, or I have a computer because I'm listening to this. Wow, some people don't have access to the internet or electricity or running water. So, gratitude can move you from fear to gratitude. I have friends who were in the Holocaust and they've made a life for it. Having meaning and purpose in life. Why are you here? Putting on a playlist and dancing. And if you're angry, put on some rage and hip hop and angry music and let it move through you. Make art. Neuroaesthetics, go outside and be aware of nature, hug a tree, breathe in fresh air, dance in the rain, shovel some snow, get your rage out, go and break stuff, go to a rage room or make one on your own. I did that. It's so much fun to take some old stuff that you were going to throw away and break it. Volunteer your time for people who need it. Read to children. Give away some clothes you don't wear anymore. Helping another helps build connection. Smile at the person you just at the checkout line at the supermarket store. All these things put and change your action steps. Eat a healthy meal, which changes your neurotransmitters, which, my friends, serotonin, melatonin, dopamine are made in your gut. So treat your microbiome with love, with real food, sauerkraut, pickles, yogurt, kombucha. Celebrate that you went to the bathroom today. If your kidneys are working and your bowels are working, woohoo, your body is working. And my friends, if it's not, you would be, remember how grateful you are when it does work. Some people have a colostomy bag. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Your breath is your steering wheel. Energize or slow your breath down. Breath, my friends, is your aliveness, and it can take you to worlds yet unseen. Learn how to breathe, to magnetize the life you want to live, and breathe yourself into eroticism, pleasure, and joy. Because breath, my friends.
If you felt something move today, a molecule, a mindset, or your mood, that's healing. Your body listens to your stories, your thoughts, your breath. So speak to yourself with kindness, play with curiosity, and let your nervous system know it's safe to rest. Dr. Tina returns Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, 8 Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Remember, pleasure is a practice and play is your medicine.